Alright, so we're back in the world of Crimson Desert, and today guys, I'm going to be showing off my Abyssal Lich build. Now, this build is a very cheap but super effective build. The reason why this build is super effective is because we utilize, as you probably come to expect from a Lich build, a lot of ice-based magic and abilities that really can crush enemies. First off, we're taking advantage of the Vow of the Dead King. This is a spear that is pretty solid all around, but when used with Wound of Darkness, this creates a shotgunning effect of black energy that goes out and deals tons of damage. Now, in addition to this, we use ice magic to imbue this, and this becomes a massive shotgun wave of damage that absolutely decimate any enemy that it comes in contact with. Because we're using the Frost Curse armor set, we are extremely resistant to ice-based damage. Going into any ice-based zone, you will never take any kind of freeze damage, which is super nice. And seeing that you're going to be facing off against the black bears and a lot of different enemies that are ice focused for a good portion of the game, this set and this setup is going to be perfect for you. If you want to do a lot of damage, it's going to be super easy to get most of the pieces. This is going to be the perfect build for you. Let me show you how to put it together. All right, now that you guys have a better idea of how the build works, let's go over how to put it together. So first things first, we're going to be using the Vow of the Dead King. The Vow of the Dead King is a two-handed spear that features a pretty solid attack speed. It has a base 2 crit, pretty solid attack, and most importantly, when we talk about this weapon, what really makes it super good is whenever you're using the spinning slash ability or whatever it's called, it has a pretty good AoE and it does pretty significant damage, and it makes it so your reach is super big. It's one of the better reaching weapons that I've seen in the game thus far. And so this, in addition to what we put on this to really make it stand out, this really gives you a massive amount of AoE damage, and it does really well. Now, what we put on this is called Wound of Darkness, and whenever you input the same input you would to use that skill, Wound of Darkness comes out and it deals a lot of damage. As you probably see on the screen in the background, basically these 3 waves of darkness comes out in addition, and this is gonna once again get your clear much better. If you hit an enemy with this point blank, it tends to shotgun, and it's just a ton of damage. It is super good. Now, because we are Lich and we are ice imbued, as you can see here, we have elemental turning slash, and basically what this does is whenever you press V right before you do the slash, you'll also imbue your weapon with ice. So basically the whole thing with this build is we will imbue ourselves with ice, and then we'll do the turning slash, and we'll have multiple waves of darkness and ice comes out, and it just does an absurd amount of damage. It freezes enemies, and it just gives you an insane amount of control and damage all in one. It's really powerful. Now, where you can find this is here at the Frostfeld Castle Ruins. This is going to have some bandits on the outside or something like that. I think they were bandits on the outside. Very weak enemies. The actual hardest part of getting this weapon is essentially just going through the dungeon, because there's a very small dungeon. You're going to jump over some spikes, you're going to face off against a few worms, and then you're going to do some light puzzle to open it in the back. It's actually not that hard to get overall, but this is going to be the weapon you need to get because it is pretty core to the build. Now, as for the Wound of Darkness, you're going to need to come over here to the Sanctum of Absolution and face off against, I believe his name is Antumbra or something like that. You need to face off against him and beat him. He's pretty, I don't know, I think he's medium difficulty. You kind of have to use Blinding Light to really beat him up. But for the most part, you're going to need to use that to face off against him, and then you will be able to get the skill after you extract it from your Abyss socket. Besides that, what we socketed this with was with attack speed 1-2 times, and then we put 1 additional crit rate to give it a little bit more crit, so it has 4 crit into attack, which again with the base 3 crit makes this weapon a pretty big crit hitting machine. Next, for our armor, we're going to be using the Frost Cursed set. This is all pieces of the Frost Curse. Now, one thing to keep in mind about this set, and I'm just going to cycle through it so you guys can kind of see it, is this doesn't have many, if any, enhancements at all. You cannot put any slots on this. This isn't the early game build, of course. So we want to make sure that it's a little bit cost effective. But the great thing is, early on, for a good portion of the next couple of chapters and stuff, you're really going to be facing off against a bunch of cold enemies anyway. You're going to be in cold zones anyway and doing a lot of cold based quests anyway. So this is actually pretty nice to keep you pretty cool. So it's really nice there. The defense is pretty good, and overall it just offers some solid things all around. So I'm going to go over every piece and where you can find it, and it's going to be a little bit on the faster side, but you should be able to get the information. So starting off with the Frost Curse Plate Cloak, you need to head over here to the Sanctum of Expiation. I'm gonna zoom in and out a little bit so you guys can kind of see here. This is kind of where it's at. Hopefully you guys have a good idea of it. Basically what you're looking for is there's going to be a lot of enemies here, but basically what you're looking for is to clear some brambles. There's going to be a bunch of brambles. That's going to need your like sword glint. Do your sword glint thing, go through the brambles, gonna make your way on the right, crawl through the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel there will be a chest which has this cape. For the helmet, which is not too far from there, it's like right down the street, as you can see here. This is where you got the cape. The helmet's here at the Shattering Rocks. As you can see on screen now, you're just looking for, once again, a vine, like a vine entanglement thing you need to burn down. As it burns in, you're gonna go through, go open the chest, and it'll be right there in the chest. As for the gloves, head over here, not too far from that, to the Lunar Spirit Grotto. Gonna zoom it out a little bit. Right here on the river. And again, you're just going to just go through the river, do the classic stab through. You'll be able to go get that super easy. A short distance from there to get the boots, you just need to head right here to the Well of Tragedy. Once again, doing kind of the same exact thing. Stab right to the waterfall and you'll be right there. And finally, for the body, you're going to make your way, once again, coming from the Well of Tragedy up right here to the Mist Shard Cave. Gonna just zoom in a little bit and out so you can see it right here. Can't miss it. And once again, gonna go through a waterfall and you can get this set. While this isn't a sword and shield build, I am going to just quickly talk about the sword and shield that we use. I am using a golden sword. It just does a lot of damage. You can use literally any sword. I'm pretty sure the defense on the shield actually counts for your defense, so I think it's kind of important to kind of know what this is. We're using a blazing shield. The way I got this was kind of silly. It could roll with 2-3 defenses, but basically I was exploring over here near the Crimson Desert, and they're just like random mobs here. You just fight them in any of these like camps, and they can drop it. And it's like a common piece of armor. I was just exploring a little bit because that's what I do, and yeah, you can use that for your shield. All right, next we're gonna go over 2 pieces of jewelry. The rest are not that important. You've probably gotten this from previous videos, the other 2 pieces, so I'm not gonna cover them. But for our earring, we're gonna be using the flower petal earring. Now the beauty of this earring is it gives us 5 defense, and that is a pretty massive amount of defense, and most importantly, it takes almost nothing to get. It's just like a small puzzle and like a few enemy kills. So this is going to give us music box. I have no clue what music box is. We always have like this gas aura around us, so I'm assuming it does something gas related. I have no clue. But regardless, it has 5 flat defense, and that is pretty massive for earring you can just go pick up. Now, where can you find this? It's going to be near the Unicorn Cliff or the Hernan Highlands in this random obscure mud ridge cabin, which is kind of crazy. I expect like nothing from it. I'm going to zoom out just so you guys can kind of see. It's actually not too far from the main town. So right here at the Mud Ridge Cabin. And basically what you're looking at is you're going to the top floor. After you clear it, don't touch the water at the bottom because it'll like suck you in and kill you. But as you get to the top, there will be a handful of enemies. You only need to kill 5 to clear it, but there's going to be like a little box that you need to do a puzzle. Now this puzzle took me an embarrassing long amount of time, but all you need to do is simply match it up until the picture looks like what you're probably seeing on screen now. And yeah, and you'll open it, you'll get it. Super easy, good defense, really cheap, super easy area to get it in, super nice. Finally, for our necklace, we're going to be using the Ancient's Necklace. This is going to give us 3 attack, and it's going to give us some spirit regeneration over time. The reason why we're using this is just simply because this is the best that we have. You could go get like the crit necklace that I put in a previous video. I have that link down in the description if you're looking for like some other accessories. But for an early necklace, this is going to be something super good. In order to find this, you actually come to where I'm standing for this video. Here, this Ringing Truth, Mountain of Ringing Truth, I think. Yeah, Spire of Ringing Truth. And basically, you just go in here. There's going to be a bell that you need to get at the very top. It's going to come crashing down, and it's going to create a hole. I'll just come and show you real quick. Make it crash down from the top. It's really annoying to get up there. Then you'll come down here and then fight the guy here. And he'll be in this arena. My recommendation is to have Focus Shot because he's super annoying. But yeah, this is where you would face off and get that necklace. All right, next let's talk about skills because these are somewhat important. For our stamina, we're going to have 6 levels in this. We have 7 levels into health. And then we have 2 levels into Spirit. I would like a little bit more Spirit, but that's, yeah, what it is. Important things to pick up is Armed Combat. You want to max this out since this gives you melee damage. You also want to put more effort into Turning Slash if you can. I haven't maxed it yet because I'm still kind of doing other things, but this would be a nice one to pick up. Finally, you really gonna need Frost Mantle because we use Frost Mantle a lot. This is going to freeze enemies. It's going to give you a ton of defense. And then it's like thematic to the build, obviously. And then we're going to use finally Imbued Elements. We're going to be on Ice. So if you didn't know, you can just hold 3 and go to Ice. This will give you the Ice version of everything if you use the skill. So that's how we're going to be using the skills. I think that's the most important stuff specifically for this build. If you have any questions about the skill tree, just let me know down in the comments and I'll do my best. I'll have a video linked down in the description to how to unlock the skills. It is quite a process, I will say, and I will have a video myself up like the day after tomorrow or something. I'll have like crazy gaming video on the channel for now until then. All right, and there you have it. That is my Lich build. Man, I really love this build. Not only is it thematically really cool, but it's actually functionally really good. It's super cheap to put together. Just go to a handful of waterfalls, you face off against some mediocre bosses, you have a pretty solid build that can kind of crush pretty much everything. As you probably saw with a lot of the footage, we just absolutely destroyed things, and this build is super fun and cheap, so I'm a big fan of it. Now, if you did enjoy the build video, feel free to leave me a like, even better yet, subscribe to the channel. That helps me an immense amount, and I really mean it, helps a ton. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns on how to get parts or things for the build, let me know down in the comments because I generally will answer most things. As always, guys, I do appreciate you all being here, and let me know what you guys would like to see next. I like to make some builds for Crimson Desert, so let me know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.